6 of our Perennial of the Week series. Now we're going to start this week off with some special news for you to give you kind of an idea of some changes happening at the garden center here, especially in our growing area. We're actually moving a bunch of our greenhouses to make space so that we have a bigger capacity to grow more annuals and perennials for everybody to enjoy. We're also putting in new gas lines to convert over to natural gas so that we're more efficient and environmentally friendly out in our growing fields. Now, why am I telling you this? That's because moving all these greenhouses, we need to make some room. And making some room means we got to put perennials on sale. And on the table here, we've got some wonderful things out of our growing fields to give you an idea of some of the things that we're pulling out that you might be able to use for your summer and fall gardens. And I'm going to start here with this wonderful hibiscus cranberry punch. Hibiscus cranberry punch, it's not going to be a big hibiscus. This is going to top out at around 4 foot in height. But just this wonderful, rich red color to it in the garden is really going to pop, especially from a distance. And hibiscus, they're very easy to grow. And if you pinch the stems, you can get them to branch out more and give you more flowering as well as they're growing. Now, to go along with this hibiscus is this wonderful Rudbeckia Little Gold Star. Rudbeckia Little Gold Star is going to be a short Rudbeckia, which would make a nice complement to the hibiscus. This is going to top out around 18 to 24 inches in the garden, and it's just going to be loaded with color summer right into the fall until frost. Very easy plant to grow, great for butterflies and cutting, and also too, the finches will eat the seed out of the seed heads in the winter. And that little purple punch in there, something like this wonderful Agastache Blue Fortune. Agastache Blue Fortune, great sun perennial, summer perennial to grow, and it's very easy in the garden too. You get these wonderful lavender spikes of flowers to it, and it has a great licorice smell in the foliage also. Great plant for hummingbirds and butterflies. Now, if you're a little bit more of a shade gardener, you got more shaded areas, something like this Lamium Purple Dragon would be a really great plant to grow. Now, this is a fresh crop for us that we're bringing out onto the benches now, so they haven't colored up yet, but they get a wonderful purple flower to them. But even when they're not in bloom, you get this incredible silver foliage to it that when grown in the shade, it really does brighten up a shaded area. Another one that's really good for under a tree because it will also take dry shade as well once established. Now, something a little bit different, maybe you got a cutting garden at home. Something a little bit different is this wonderful Hypericum called Hyperals Jacqueline. Now, this is a plant that's actually going to be semi-woody, almost kind of like what a lavender is. Some years it may die to the ground, some years it may regrow off the stems. But the real attraction to this is that it's going to get these beautiful yellow flowers to it. But the yellow flowers give way to these wonderful red seed pods that you can actually cut the stems, use them in vases as a cut flower. You can also dry them as well. And it's a very easy plant to grow, very hardy around here. And not going to get very big for the garden either. This is going to top out maybe approximately 3 by 3 at best. Now, for some of you folks that maybe live by the water, you know, and you want to get kind of that grassy appearance to it, you know, we have this wonderful Miscanthus cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan is a very brightly variegated grass, but it's going to be a big grass, so you do want to have a little bit of space for this one. This one's going to top out around 8 to 9 feet in the garden, and it's just going to give you this wonderful bright show of green and white color that you can mix with other summer blooming perennials and also other grasses as well. Definitely full sun on this, and it gets these beautiful plumes that'll have a copper bronze color to them in the late summer and the fall. And on the grasses, keep in mind, they're also good for winter interest as well, because they hold their shape and form very well over the winter too. And last but not least is another plant that I've really come to like a lot, and we have a beautiful batch of them this year on our benches, and that's this Sedum Thundercloud. Sedum Thundercloud, I love the foliage alone even if it didn't bloom, because the foliage is very toothed, very jagged looking. And you get these wonderful fat flower heads onto the top of it, which are going to be kind of whitish to a very pale pink. This is a great sun lover, great drought tolerant perennial, would go very well with the plants up on this table, especially the Rudbeckia and the Hypericum and the grass. But going to top out around 10 to 12 inches in the garden, not a very big plant at all. So these are just some of the things that we have here at the garden center that we're pulling out of our fields right now to have on the benches for you when you come down. And I'm Henry from Van Wilson's Garden Center. Thanks for watching. And remember, when you come down, look for the pots with the logo.